Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Let's get just a little bit of music getting started here. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah. Welcome to the homestead where the sky meets the trees. In northeastern NC where the living's slow and free. Ann and her husband, retired but not done. With love for the Lord and a garden in the sun. We prep for the storms no matter what may come. With canning and cooking and chickens on the run. Welcome to Annandale Homestead, come on in, stay a while. Where faith, love, and family always make you smile. Choose your attitude. Every Tuesday at 11 on ChooseDay, we pick the road that leads us straight to heaven. Y'all take care, we love ya. Don't forget to come soon. At Annandale Homestead, there's always room for you.
Always, always room for you at Andale Homestead. I just love that song. Hey, Leonard Mountain Homestead, Amy, not for nothing, my Ginger, and Robin Hood Homestead. What about Bob? Hey, Cindy, in here from Facebook. So glad you're here today. Excuse me. And Deanna, how do, sweetheart? Lots and lots of friends in here today. I certainly do appreciate everybody being here. We've got Lori. It all adds up with Lori. And then Kim Mill, my buddy, my pal. Rebecca, touched by a yard. She was at the 10 Killer meetup. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Penny Ortiz, thank you for being Jersey. Hey, Jersey Dolphins. How you doing, Del baby? Your car's your Corvette's in the mail. Just keep checking your mailbox, okay? Crazy Granny's Creations by Diana. Diana Regalis. I love that. Rita from Prayer Mountain Homestead. I certainly hope your family is well. Been praying for your daughter. Musgrave Family Farm, Hardneck Farm. Oh, Joe, fix it for you. Good to see you. Hey, Wendy. Y'all, a lot of my friends this past weekend went to a meetup called the 10 Killer Meetup, and we're going to talk about that a lot. Hey, Des, glad you're here. Hey, Cheryl, I'm so happy that you're all here. And Asia, all right, I got to get out of the chat because I won't ever get the message done. On Tuesdays, what we do here on Tuesdays is we have ChooseDay, where you get to choose your attitude of the day. And that's a pretty cool thing because, we do have power over that. When we say, oh, you made me mad, or you made me this, or you made me that. Well, that's not true. You have control over your own attitude. Some bad things might come around. Some people might say something or do something that makes you upset. Guess what? We can't control them. We can control ourselves, and we can control our reaction to what people do. So let's see. Hey, Christy. Hey, Butler Family Farm. I wanted to share a little something, a message that we do on Tuesday. And this touched me because we are all about how you see things, what you do in the world. There may be some areas and some things that upset you, but it's your choice whether you allow them to or not. It is. And if you hear a little coughing in the background, that's my poor brownie. He's an old man and his heart is giving him a hard time. So we'll just continue on. This is a message that I read and I thought, you know what? That's perfect for today because it's talking about attitude. I did not write this. Charles Swindle wrote this, but it sort of sums up how I feel about things. And I wanted to read it to you. Might even change your attitude. You never know. Because today I'm going to concentrate on how I react, my reactions, whether you're over there doing jumping jacks or spinning your head and spitting pea soup, my reaction is what I can control. This is called attitude. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It's more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It can make or break a company, a church, a school, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we'll embrace for that day. We can't change our past. We can't change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We can't change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string that we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. So, yeah, we are. We're in charge of our attitudes. We're in charge of how we react to things. Good morning, Rambling with the Brooms. Appreciate that. And good morning, Butler Family Farm, Canadian Family Life. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we're so glad everybody's saying hello to each other. Julie McKenzie, I'm so glad you're here and you're from Canada. That's so cool. Everybody's saying, "What's going on?" Jerry's talking about something totally different than what's happening in the chat, but I think some people were asking him and he was sharing what he's doing, so that's okay. That's all right. So, y'all, I've been busy. I've been making all kinds of products, all sorts of new things that will be going on the website soon, and that's andalehomestead.com. I have applied locally to go and be a part of our Edenton Farmers Market. Now, they said I was approved, um, but then they came back with a couple more things, and then they came back with a couple more things, and then they kinda sorta came back with a couple more things, so I'm not sure that they love me yet. I want them to love me, but I'm not sure they are. There are a bunch of people that don't have a clue who I am, where I am, that I am from. I'm a local from this town, but you never know. I mean, I think it's gonna be grand. So Hardneck Farm is saying good morning to everybody. Oh, you have a video coming out today. That's awesome. Hey, Christy. Hey. So how many of you all have ever put anything in a local farmer's market? See, North Carolina does have a law that if you sell anything consumable, hey, Gillum Farms, yeah, they love you. How could they not? Ginger, I was kind of taken aback a little bit because they went, I said, so, um, what's the possibility of having any space inside the farmer's market? She said, never. Okay, that was friendly. And who is it that says Hardneck Farm says she used to sell at the farmer's market there and all of those types of things. So, Jerry, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but honey, we'll be praying for you because he says no home damage so far as I know right now. Good night. Well, I hope and pray that everything is done. You won on my and Penny says, and Dale, I won on Miss T's drawing of your lip balm. I truly love it. I'm hooked on it now. That's awesome. Thank you, Penny. I do take pride in my products and of things that I do sell. So it's gonna be cool. Yep. I know I gotta charm my way into a good spot. But y'all, with Jesse and Lisa's help and guidance, I have been able to get a wonderful banner that's going to go on the back of the tent. I just ordered a table runner to go. I mean, I'm going to look all official and everything. It's going to be fun. I'm kind of looking forward to a tent, quite frankly, because I've got all my supplies and things. So that's soon. Yeah, Deanna says she's sure that your breakfast's going to be ready soon. So I was not able to personally go to the 10 Killer meetup, but I have somebody down in the basement that you might know that's able to be there all weekend. So, Jesse, will you come up and say hello to everybody and let's share a little bit of the fun at the 10 Killer meetup this weekend?
Hello, everybody.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning. I just
So,
got one bone to pick with you this
yes,
morning, Miss Ann, and I know it's not. I'm not. It's not negative Tuesday, but I cannot survive on 16 M&Ms in the basement, Miss Ann. This not gonna cut it. I know you're trying to save money for the cruise,
package got lost in the
but do you
mail.
have to take it out on me? Do you have to take it out on me?
I do. I do. Hey, look, we're in survival mode over here. I heard
Okay, survival.
somebody
Eat a
else was
seed.
saying that they're in survival mode. So we had to cut back. There's all kinds of things we have to cut back for so that we can, you
Yeah.
still get what you want, but just maybe less of it. So you and Lisa have been traveling since when?
Since we last Monday. Last Monday we
Last
went. We were
Monday.
Yeah, we were the first ones to make it to 10 Killer. Well, the people that were going to the meetup, there was a couple other people there already at the park, but we were there
Yeah.
since last Tuesday, our first night. It was so nice when the park was just empty and I could hear the squirrels chirp, running in the trees and the birds chirping and Lisa hollering, bacon's ready. It was just so nice.
That's so awesome. Yeah. Oh gosh, now Jesse, I don't I want to hear all about your trip, but I do have to mention this. Crazy Granny's
Uh-oh.
Creations by Diana says everyone wish Ann and Dale and Worth a happy anniversary yesterday. It was Worth and my 46th because I said it was 47th. He said, but we got married in 79. And I went, yeah, it's 47 years. He went, no, it's 46 years. We've been together 47 years. And I went, oh, okay. But yeah,
But
Worth and I had a big clap.
it's usually the other way around. You're supposed to be smacking him in the head for not remembering the date, and now you're.
I know. Well, see, you see what he had to put up with for 46 years. That's kind of crazy. But yeah,
You
we
need
did
one of
have a
these.
lovely. I do. I need one of those, a
Yeah.
husband adjustment. Only thing is, hey, Black's Tropical Homestead. I'm glad to see you in here, honey. That's wonderful.
Well, happy
So
anniversary, Stan.
thank you. I just want to make sure Worth was covered in here. And he's an amazing man. And although there are moments when I could pinch him, I still love him. So that's a good thing. It's weird when you get retired and you look at each other and go, huh, who are you? And then you go, oh, I remember. I like you a lot.
Yeah, right.
I think I could hang out. I think we could be friends. So let's get back to 10 Killer. You traveled and you got there at the park on Tuesday.
Right. And then
Okay.
obviously we were met by the Gillums. The Gillums were there. In fact, I rented a car from them while we were there. Uh,
Wonderful.
because you can't just expect to get around this big old RV. And I don't take my vehicle, so he graciously loaned us his additional car. He's got like 15, so one wasn't going to hurt him. That was missing, but. Uh,
Yeah.
no, he loaned us his car, so it was nice. We get around, go to the store, do what we need to go do. But uh,
Yes.
yeah, so anyway, so we met them the first time when we first got there, and then people started showing up on Thursday. Believe it or not, Thursday early.
Oh,
I'm talking early Thursday. So we had
isn't
a
that
good
something?
crowd on Thursday, right? And
That's
then
great.
obviously more came in on Friday, and then a whole lot came in on Saturday. So we had a really good turnout. It was very festive. We had a little spell like Saturday night for about 45 minutes where it had a little rain, but all it did was cool things off. It was nice.
Oh,
The weather
well,
was perfect. Despite my video that I put out early on Thursday or early on Tuesday or Wednesday when it showed the water going over the roads. I mean, the water was
yeah.
all over the road. It was all over the road, and that's all it was just water. But it finally subsided, and we were able to pass through and stuff. So,
I saw that. You guys did something that I thought was pretty ingenious. When the weather started looking like it might get a little funky, everybody got together and did a little something something on the backside of the pavilion in
Right.
order to make things better. What happened there?
So obviously when that 30 minute or 45 minutes worth of rain was coming in, the wind was picking up a little bit, and we didn't want everything in the pavilion. We had all our tables set up with all the food and everything that we were going to have ready for that potluck that we were going to have. So
Right.
Johnny said, "Hey, y'all, anybody got any tarps?" So we all looked and found all our tarps, and we coated the one wall. I'm not sure if it was the east wall, the west wall, but the long wall we covered it with nothing but heavy duty tarps, and that held up perfect. And
That's right.
it blocked the
That's
wind and blocked the rain of if any rain was going to come in. But like I said, it wasn't that bad at all. It was like a little drizzle. It wasn't even one. It wasn't really a
yeah.
hard rain. Yeah.
I think
And then a
Johnny
lot of
did.
us set up these canopies. So we had a few people that brought canopies, and then we had a couple of canopies in our RV, and so we set them up, and people were able to just sit underneath and enjoy the meetup without getting all wet.
Isn't that
So
awesome? I
yeah, it
mean,
was great.
you put
Yeah.
you put a bunch of homesteaders and gardeners together. They're pretty doggone creative and inventive when it comes to making things work for the
Well,
situation that you're in.
and we got there, just after apparently that area had received a lot of rain prior to us
Right.
getting there. So the river was up, the lake was up, everything was obviously that's why we couldn't get in there the normal route. But the catfish were biting like nobody's business. So Old
Yeah.
Pecan Homestead decided, let's go down there, let's go do some fishing, and they did. They went down to the boat dock, and they have a couple of boys that went with them, but they caught, I don't know, Johnny, you might put in the chat. I don't remember how many, but it was like 20 or 30 catfish,
It
and
was
we're
they
talking
caught their
20,
limit.
20 pounders.
Yeah.
Some were one. I think one was over 20 pounds,
Right off
and
the shore with a rod
right
and
off the
reel,
bank,
right?
right off the bank, right off the bank. Yeah, and didn't have to. And I know they're hillbillies. I know they're from the country. And they didn't even have to use dynamite. They used
Yeah,
a
pretty
real hook.
me too.
They used a real hook, Miss
They
Ann.
did. They used a real hook.
Yeah,
I thought that was so cute. I think that was in one of Johnny's lives. I was watching a lot of Leonard Mountain Homestead,
yeah.
and you and Johnny from Gillum Farms,
Farms.
and then Jack Dyer went live. Paul
Yeah.
Case had some videos. 9 Acre Family Farm had lives. There was just everybody was taking
Empty
turns.
Homestead was there doing a live as well.
Empty
Empty
Homestead.
Homestead. They did
Yep,
a live. Yeah.
that's
So
right.
yeah, there was
Mike and Terry.
quite a bit of lives going on.
Yeah. And so I was just bebopping, bouncing from here to there, go, okay, that one's over. Who's next? And they go, that one's over. Who's next? Because, oh gosh, he said they had several
But
that he didn't count, but they were nice. They
yep.
slept in their truck all weekend. True outdoorsy folks. Yeah, that's the truth.
Yep. And
Um,
we had quite a bit of people that did camp out that had either a camper, RV, or tent. You know, uh, I
uh-huh.
think I think nobody endured any major problems with the rain. So
Right.
all in all, it was a great weekend. The weather was perfect. I mean, perfect. It wasn't hot. It wasn't cold. It
Right.
was just right. April,
Well,
and I think next year we're going to have the same meetup. Only it's going to be a week earlier. So instead of being
okay.
on the 25th, 26th, it'll be the weekend before that. I think, and I want to say it'll be the weekend after or before Easter. I'm not sure, but it's going to be a
Okay.
week earlier. So it's going to be maybe a chance of better weather. So
Hey, Stacy, hands in the dirt. I'm so glad to see you, honey. But
yeah,
yeah, and so what we're doing is talking about an Oklahoma meetup. I was showing Worth the lake and where it was in Oklahoma. It's
hmm,
the northeastern section of Oklahoma. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
And That's what we do at the Soul Family Expo, also in Savannah, Georgia, and it is in April as well. But we show some people did show up Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, and then a
Right.
lot of people showed up on Thursday, and we had a big day on Friday, and then the actual event was on Saturday. Very similar to what you
Right.
guys did as far as serving meals. I was impressed with the teamwork as far as who had all those grills. Was it everybody brought
So
their own?
yeah, there was four main cook masters. We'll call them cook masters. But
They were
I
amazing.
do want to make mention that the meetup it went off without a hitch because of the support we had.
Yes.
The committee that we put together. It was the Gillums, Johnny, Christine, and then we had the Delgados, which is Tony and Angie from Our Cabin in the Woods, and we had Dale and Nana
Yep.
from 9 Acre Family Farm, and then we had the Leonard Mountain Homestead Family Reunion folks. Then we had Ginger and Joey from Not For Nothing Homestead and Joe Fixer for You. We had Evelyn Newman, who, by the way, came all the way from New Mexico. Look at
Woohoo!
that's
Look at
Evelyn Newman.
there.
Yeah, and then Tony Creekside was our unofficial. I say unofficial. He was official, but he wasn't there. But he helped us online. He was our
Yeah.
online voice for help. And then
Yeah.
obviously Lisa and I were there as well. So it was through that teamwork that we were able to pull this off. But the cooks, oh my God! And this we're talking about cooking all the breakfast that was cooked through these folks here, and that was Leonard Mountain Homestead, Chris.
Yep.
We had Tony from Our Cabin in the Woods. He had a Blackstone. Then we had Eric from Rainy Ridge, and we had
Right.
Dale from 9 Acres, and then kind of like off the side was Angie. She was making orange juice every morning. I'm
I
sorry,
saw that. I saw
scrambling
that
eggs,
egg
but it looked
orange.
like orange juice.
It
She was
did.
scrambling eggs for
Egg
everybody.
juice. He's making some egg juice.
Oh yeah,
And
and then
and
we had some of the other folks helped out with setting the tables and getting all the servers ready and everything. So it was
it
a
looked
good team
it
effort.
looked like there was a whole crew. It wasn't
Right.
just one person killing themselves to be able to
No.
look
And,
after all those people. Everybody worked together. And
yeah, and I think that's what we stressed. Johnny didn't want to have it. I know I didn't either. Didn't want to have it to where we were sitting there running around like a chicken with a head cut off. Right.
meetups
We
can
want to
be that way.
we kind of wanted to kind of lay it back a little bit, kind of like Pinecone Fest does. Pinecone
Right.
Fest. If you want to go to a meetup that's really laid back and really nice to be at, right there on the lake where you can go fishing and stuff. Pinecone Fest, which is in October, folks. Set your calendars, mark your calendars for Pinecone Fest. But we wanted to kind of do it somewhat. We didn't want this itinerary. We're going to do this at 8, this at 9, this at 10, this at 11. No, we're there to have fun. In fact, we were there to help Leonard Family Homestead enjoy their family reunion.
I saw all those babies, and I
I
saw
think,
Mama Leonard Mountain Homestead,
yeah.
and
And in
yeah,
fact, Leonard Mountain Homestead, her mom,
right.
I can't remember her name, saved my life, but Ida, is it Ida? Okay, Ida was the big winner of the weekend. Well, Lisa won some. I don't know if you can. Let me see if I can. Oh, okay. So she won this board that was made by Leonard Mountain Homestead. It's a was it sorry?
Marble board.
It's like sorry or Chinese checkers,
Oh
and we
yeah!
put the logo on it.
How cool is that?
Yep. And yeah, and the backside serves it as a platform for baking bread. So
Oh
yeah, it had a
gosh.
lot of winners, a lot of winners. And here's the best thing about the giveaway, Miss Ann. Unlike yours, where the kids where you have a choice, the kids didn't have a choice, but not one kid there went without. And I think most of them won
Oh,
2, 3, maybe even 4 items each.
ain't
So
that nice?
it was about supporting the children there, and I tell you what, they had a great time. I see more bubbles. I don't want to see another. I don't even want to go to car wash now. There were so many bubbles. I don't even want to ever go to another car wash. I saw so many bubbles that weekend.
You saw all the bubbles. All right. So every opportunity, every time that we have meetups or things, we think of new and improved. I see you've already reached a date for next year. And what might you think? Now, you haven't had a chance to talk with Johnny or with Ginger or with any of the committee, 9 acres, any of the committee members to find out what you might improve upon. And with the Soul Family Expo, I don't really know about how to improve upon anything. Is there anything that you might grow and learn so that we could grow and learn from you?
Well, I mean, I don't know that we can do anything different other than maybe, man, I don't know. I'm saying
I love that.
went really well.
Isn't that
You know,
great? What a great thing to
you
say.
know,
Look, it was, I
I
couldn't,
honestly, without talking to the committee to find out if
yeah,
anybody has any, like a little after action committee,
yeah.
but I don't, really off the top of my head, I can't think of anything we could do different other than maybe I can get there a few days earlier or stay a few days later.
I absolutely loved that. The fact that, you know, it was so good that there wasn't anything, any big deal that you would do differently. Now,
Yeah.
I know that this is the second year that this committee has been in charge of that particular thing, that particular meetup. And we all do bounce ideas off of each other and love each other. And with Cherie from Black's Tropical Homestead, she's learned every year. She tries to um, get more help than
Right.
doing it all herself because the first 2 years, she and Bobby did it all, like, every bit of it completely on their own. That's a lot of work.
Right.
And then, she started getting a little help from here or there and things like that, and and having less itinerary to stop being so stressful. So, I thought that was fantastic that
Right.
I could tell this time that you guys had stepped back just a little bit and truly visited with the people that were there.
Oh,
And
we had time to have fun. We had a few pranksters. I ain't gonna
yeah,
mention any names. We we had a lot of fun, a lot of good times and stuff. So and
teasing each other and playing tricks
yeah,
on their campers. And, it's
yeah.
kind of like a sleepover when you're a kid. You don't want to be the first person asleep.
Oh, no,
'Cause somebody's
especially at camp. You definitely don't want to be the first one to sleep at camp.
that's right. So that
So,
was fantastic, and thank you so much.
well, we
We're
missed you, Miss Ann. I know you wanted to be there. I wish you could have been there. There was quite a few people that weren't there that I would love to have seen there, but that we've seen in the past. But we
yes,
understand schedules. We understand, commitments,
right,
especially for homesteaders. Homesteaders can't just walk away. They got animals to worry about. They have,
right.
either the farm or the garden or whatever's going on that homestead too. So it's
That's
not
right.
always easy for a homesteader to go to a 3-day weekend.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it's not easy for people to
yeah.
leave their animals and leave their farm and all of that. I still hadn't figured out how we're gonna leave our garden for the cruise because that is a prime, producing time,
Yeah,
and
so,
so
so Johnny mentioned in the chat that they were thinking about not doing this year's pine cone, but after being there with a few of the folks, they sat down and talked to Julie and Randy, and they are putting it on again this year. So this will be what, their fourth year, third or fourth year now for
isn't
putting on
that
pine cone
great?
fest. Yeah, because I
There
mean it's a lot of work, and they
it
did it
is.
all themselves.
Ugh, yeah, it
So
is. It's a ton of work. It's a ton of prep work on the pre side so
yeah,
that by the
a lot of
time you
worrying.
get there, then it's fun, because
Right.
it's already done as far as all the prep work. So,
Yeah.
and where is the Pine Cone Fest?
So that's going to be in Texas. It's going to be East Texas, near Mount Vernon, Texas. If you know where Mount Vernon is at, it's Lake
Sort
Cypress Springs, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous park and gorgeous lake. I mean, you're. If I put my RV in reverse and let it go, it would go right into the lake.
of.
I mean, that's how close you are. I'm serious.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
serious.
that's so
That's how
cool.
close we are to the water. So it's really really nice, beautiful
Oh,
location, and the weather in
that is
October
gorgeous.
is really nice.
Yeah, it
So my
is in October. That's true. The next one coming up, though, MT Homestead is putting on a meetup, and
not
where
too
and
far from where
when
we're at
is
right
that?
now. Not too far from where
Okay.
we're at. It's called Lake Eufaula. Lake Eufaula. We're in Durant, Oklahoma. This is where we always stop because it's got an awesome RV park. So and Lisa likes to go eat at the casino.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who loves her smash burgers? And they have a smash burger
Oh
restaurant
my
there.
God. I got me a smash burger with extra bacon, folks. Oh. And they make it crispy. It's not that limpy stuff, Joey. Joey can't stand limp bacon. He won't even
Yeah.
touch it. If it has any
Uh,
limp to it, he won't touch it. Well, I'm okay with it, but I'd rather have crispy. And they make it
yeah,
crispy at the
me
smash
too.
burger place.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That sounds like so
Yeah.
much fun. That sounds like so much fun. And so I was sharing with you at one time that
Uh-oh.
I've never been to a casino, but not that I see any problem with them whatsoever. I just haven't had an opportunity. We don't have any here. And
Oh,
so that's okay. All right. You know what, Jesse? It sounds like it was a fabulous weekend.
oh, it
And
was.
so thrilled that
Okay,
everything turned
so
out so beautifully.
so if you couldn't make it, there are ways you can chime in with what went on, and that's going to the hashtag 10 Killer Meetup 2025. That's hashtag 10 Killer Meetup 2025, and everybody who's posting videos or they're making their videos and they'll put them on that hashtag that where they're all in the same playlist. You can check out all the regular and shorts. Hashtag
Awesome. Yeah.
10
Yeah, I've
Killer
been
Meetup 2025. If one of the mods won't mind putting that in there for us,
I have
that
that's
way you
right.
can go and check it out.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Here, I can do it. Hashtag 10 killer meetup
Meetup 2025.
2025.
Yep.
And that way, if you go in there and enter that, that way it goes on Facebook and YouTube at the same time if I enter it in there.
Okay.
Hey, Kayla, I'm glad you're here. And Terry Crafty. Okay, we've got a giveaway,
We do.
and we get to choose our gift of the day. So,
Well,
Jesse, you always amaze me with all your wheels and things. And you have, did you bring that wheel with you on your travels?
I had to put it in the back. It may be a little bit wrinkled, but I got it.
Okay, good, good, good. So we're going to do some hashtags. What we'll do, we'll have two wheels up. We'll spin both of them, or we'll have a hashtag that we put out there. And as you're typing in your hashtag, we'll spin the wheels and find out what it is that you get to choose from. You get to choose one, and then we'll send that right out from Amazon. If you can receive Amazon, you can win. So it's open to everyone that can receive Amazon, as
So
long
can
as
I
it's an
throw?
item that Amazon will send.
I'd like to throw in one other little choice too, as well, Miss Ann. So sometimes we'll get something like seeds, or we'll get something like a knife or a hori hori knife, something that might pop up that Canada will not let us ship. I mean, it could be a $1 set of seeds. They will not let us ship to Canada.
Right.
And even the plant tags, the stakes, STAKES, they will not let us deliver to Canada. So here's what I want to do: if somebody from Canada it lands on something like that from Canada, rather than not sending it, what we'll do is I'll spin the wheel again so they get another choice because we don't want them to get
Okay.
stuck with just having one choice. You understand? If it lands on somebody from Canada.
Seed, soil, and sunshine. Put in hashtag 10 killer, honey. Put in hashtag 10
Hashtag
killer.
10 killer, because that's where we're just coming from, and that's the topic for today, 10 killer.
Hey, Scott. I'm so glad y'all are in here. Okay. At 49 people, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Please hit the like button. That would be great. Now we're going to spin as you're putting hashtag 10 killer. Let's spin, see what they get to pick from.
Let's see what the first person is going to get to win.
I'm so glad you're here. Seeds, soil, and sunshine. That's an awesome name. That makes me smile just to think about
What did I tell you?
it. A 10 pack of seeds.
Yeah, so let's hope it. I'm not saying I want somebody from Amazon, but if somebody does, we'll
We'll
respin on this
figure it
one.
out. Yeah.
Figure
Yeah.
it out. Yeah, because I hate to
Okay.
you know disenfranchise them Canadians.
Right. Of
They can't
course.
help it. They can't help it that they're in Canada.
Oh, it's herbs, basil, cilantro,
Oh,
oregano,
these are all herbs. Yes.
lavender, chive, sage, dill. I love dill. Okay. Oh, look. Gardening is my therapy. Oh, I love that. What a cool little sign, little keychain. That's a
Yeah,
keychain.
but Lisa doesn't like it when I says, "Okay, it's time for therapy. Get on outside."
Lies, all lies.
All lies. Yeah, I know you tell her a lot.
We got 37 entries so far, Miss Ann. 37.
Okay, 37 out of 54. That's not bad. Y'all hit
Not
that
bad.
like button for me, please. And we're going to
Yeah.
give it just a minute longer. Good morning, Jane Doe and Sarah and B. Charmin, Musgrave Family Farm. And Asia Joe says, good luck, everyone. Good luck, winner. She's won quite a number of times. They are nice
Yes.
prizes. They are. I'm so glad. Yeah, Kayla, good for y'all being here. Well, I beg to differ, but she can't wait to get back to that garden. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So he tells her what to do often. Ginger, we might have to break out that husband adjuster and use it for her.
Well,
All
no.
about you.
What did you say, Miss Ann? You have your BS meter going?
That's right. With the boots. Do I need the boots? I got to get the boots out.
The boots.
Oh,
Yeah, get
hey,
the boots.
best yet. Hey, best yet
Oh,
journey. Oh my goodness. I love you. I hope that you're well. And Elizabeth, thank you for being here. I'm so glad you're here. All right. Let's get ready.
okay,
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
we got
Indeed.
41 now.
Cool. 41 out of 54 is pretty doggone good odds. Let's get, yeah, not the boots, the high rollers. Okay.
Count me
3,
down.
2, 1. Boop. Let's
Too
do
late.
that. Absolutely. Not he does. I say, boy, you better straighten up and pay attention, Jesse. That's funny. Sarah,
Somebody named Sarah.
congratulations. Okay, Sarah, I'll need for you to email me at andelhomestead@gmail.com your shipping address and let me know. I think, I mean, she has one before, but
She probably has.
I'm
Yes.
Same one.
Huh?
If it's the same one.
If it's the same one, if it's the same Sarah, Lisa
It is.
said. Then,
It is the
oh,
same.
it is.
It's the same icon.
Okay, if it's the same Sarah, then we have your address. I tell you what,
Well,
send
just
it
in
anyway.
case, yeah, just in case, Sarah, please send your name and your mailing address to andelhomestead@gmail.com.
So
That
she
would
needs
be
to let us
great.
know what you want.
Oh, yeah. Sarah, which one do you want, honey? Here,
And I'm
I'm
assuming
forgetting.
she's not in Canada, right?
Uh-uh. Wow, thank you. Yes, I have one before, she says. Okay,
Okay.
which one do you want, Sarah? Do you want the seeds or the keychain, sugar? Um, and
Yeah.
hopefully she'll bebop right in there.
You want the
And
herbs or the therapy?
and the herbs or the thurbs.
Herbs.
Seeds, please. I'm in North
Seeds,
Carolina. What
please.
you saying? Yeah, Sarah is in North Carolina. That's great. Okay, seeds, please. Now,
Okay.
let's get 2 more up there real quick.
All right. Get rid of that. And I can
Woo-hoo-hoo.
close that one. Get rid of this. Remember, I'm only working with one monitor, Miss Ann, so you're going to have to bear with me.
Oh my gosh, yes. I
Okay.
certainly, you don't complain about the hand that feeds you. And
Right?
I'm not complaining, buddy. I am not complaining. I can promise you that.
What would you like for a hashtag today, Miss Ann? On this
Hashtag
one?
attitude. How about attitude?
Attitude?
Hashtag attitude. because it's all in the attitude of how you react to things. And you can change your attitude and be a nice human being to the world. US Freedom 5, spin, Jesse, spin. Um,
All right. Well, let me
okay.
go ahead and get ready to spin this one here. Ready?
Yeah. Hashtag attitude. And let's see what they get to choose from. So here we go. Hashtag attitude.
Bacon flavored toothpaste. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you do choose how you react, Ginger. You really do. You get to choose your attitude. Soft throw blankets for women and the 5 minute gratitude journal. These are cool gifts. See, I'm just as surprised as the next person because I don't have a clue what's on that wheel.
I'm gonna say
But
you can't win. You're ineligible. Sorry.
Christian gifts for women of faith. I love it. I love it. And then a 5 minute
Go.
gratitude journal. How cool is
5 minute
that?
gratitude. That's right.
Yeah, I love it. All right, so put in hashtag attitude. And I think both of these are pretty safe that anywhere you live would be able to accept. Yeah, they are both great items. And see, I'm so spoiled that I've had this wheel set up for me that I'm just as surprised as the next person when we see what's on here. Hey,
Well,
Penny, I'm glad you're here.
Lisa wanted to intentionally exclude Miss Ann on what the prizes were going to be because we like to see her reaction when she sees what. Oh, she likes to see her reaction.
Well, I really am surprised. I'm shocked,
Yeah.
usually.
Wait
As
till she
long as
sees
you
that.
can
Wait
receive
till she sees that
Amazon
new car in there.
on the car that's this big.
It says Hot Wheels
Okay,
on it.
let's see. It's a Hot Wheels. Vroom, vroom.
Right, as
Has a
long as you can receive Amazon.
little wind up wheel. Little wind up wheel. All right. There seems to be a little bit of a lag. So let's give it just a second. You
Okay.
love all this. Such gratitude for my blessing.
We're showing 34 right now.
Hot Wheels and Matchboxes. Okay. 34 out of 46, I think, is outstanding.
Yes.
So let's get ready to go then. And if you would like to choose between the blanket and the gratitude journal, then quickly type in attitude. And oh, she's got her ducks in a line. Yes,
Yeah.
attitude. And then
Yes.
you can be part
Ginger's
of it.
got a whole new set of ducks on the farm now.
That's so cute. She was so tickled. She's been really doing her research, and not for nothing, Homestead wanted some ducks for a very long time.
All right.
Okay, so let's get ready to count down. We have 3, 2, 1. Boop. Let's see who gets the choice between the blanket or the gratitude journal. You can't go wrong with either one of those. And who's gonna get it? Who needs it? Who wants it? Diana!
Crazy Granny.
Yay! Crazy Granny's Creations by Diana. She
Yep.
is, I'm just amazed. That's wonderful, Diana. She has a new channel on YouTube, Crazy Granny's Creations by Diana, and on Facebook, which is not new on there. But that's just tickle. I'm just tickled to pieces. So let's see. Where is she? She says, "Yay! Which one do you want, Sugar? Which one do you want?" And as soon as you let us know, then the blanket.
The blanket.
Awesome.
Okay, we can do that.
Diana, if you would please again, and you might have Diana Regalis's address
Lisa, do you
already.
know? Yes, she says she believes she does.
Okay. Well, just in case, email me anyway, honey. We talk just about every day on Messenger. And so let me know what your mailing address would be. It can go from Amazon. Any place that you can receive things from Amazon is a great idea. Well, Jesse, once again, you've been amazing and wonderful. Thank you and Lisa both. I was so concerned that you guys were waiting. You're traveling home. You're not home yet. Where are you? You're
No,
in.
we're actually we're actually in a place called Durant, Oklahoma, at the
Yeah.
Choctaw RV Park.
There you go. And I kept thinking, man, he and Lisa are staying there just for me. I'm putting them behind time and all of that. But
No, you're not. No, no, no. We were going to delay our because we're watching the weather. We don't want to. I don't want to travel in bad weather. If I have to wait another night, I'll wait another night. But
yeah,
we're trying to keep an eye on what's going on between here and Houston.
I mean, I don't want bad weather, but I'm so glad. How many hours are you from home, Jesse? Um, Ginger said.
About 40, about 42.
By car or RV?
No, we're it's probably around I'd say 6 hours maybe because it's normally 5 to Dallas and then another hour to the border, so about 6 hours. But in an RV, it usually is a little bit longer than that. And we got to stop at Bucky's on the way home, and that's
Of course
another
you
hour.
do. Okay. So, yep, that sounds wonderful. Well, Jesse, I really appreciate you being here. As everyone is saying goodbye to each other, I'm going to invite you to head down to the snacks and I'll talk to you in a little bit. But thank you. Thank you so much. I certainly appreciate it. So, on this Tuesday, excuse me, got choked up there, where we get to choose how we react to things and choose our attitude, then we can know that the only string that we have that we can play on is our attitude. And we can also be aware that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react. So if you can remember that, that will set you on a good path for the day, maybe the week, maybe the month. All right. I love you all so much. And remember, the Lord says, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They're plans for good and not to harm you. They're plans for hope and a future. Love y'all. We'll see you soon. Talk to you. Safety prayers, prayers for weather, prayers for travels, prayers for all those in need. Love y'all. Bye.